When it comes to the Jewish delicatessen universe, there is no better meat on the planet than pastrami. That's right, I'm looking at you all, you corned beef stands. Pastrami, way better. But how did pastrami become a staple in the Jewish culinary palate? Well, today we're going to be talking to Jake Dell. He's the 5th generation owner of Katz's Deli in New York. This is When Can We Eat? A Jewish food history show!
Katz's Deli is the oldest delicatessen probably in the world. We've been doing it for about 134 years now. Okay, I just say probably. Yeah, we're the oldest deli.
Meet Jake Dell. This guy knows pastrami.
Pastrami, just like all of our meats, it's a very old tradition. It's Eastern European Jewish immigrants moved from the shtetls here to the Lower East Side and brought those cooking traditions they knew from home and applied them to the meats that were available here in New York. We're talking about tongues, and we're talking about briskets and navels, and we're talking about curing and smoking techniques and things that needed to preserve meats and make it taste good before refrigeration existed.
New York's Sussman Volk is the first guy to make a pastrami sandwich in the United States in 1887. He was a kosher butcher from Lithuania and got the recipe from a friend in exchange for storing his luggage in his apartment. A steal, if you know anything about New York real estate. Making pastrami itself is a complicated, delicate process.
It's a long process to make a proper pastrami. You cure it for 3 to 4 weeks. After that, you smoke it. And that's where you apply the rub, you apply your salt, your pepper, your coriander, your garlic, your onions, things like that. You have to then boil it. And that's no joke. That takes 4, 5, 6 hours. And we do 200-300 pounds at a time. And then you want to steam it. And that's the real finishing touch there to make it really fall apart when you touch it with that knife.
Pastrami was a cost-effective, familiar taste of home to immigrants in the Lower East Side. You can make the argument that these communities literally needed deli culture to survive.
Delis back in the late 1800s and early 1900s were much like pizza shops or bagel shops today. You know, you had them on every corner. Delis were commonplace. It was a way to feed your family.
Pastrami sandwiches went from being an immigrant staple born out of necessity to a New York icon during the rise of deli culture to full-fledged piece of Americana as hands down the best thing to put between 2 pieces of rye bread. And not white bread. You are a monster if you put pastrami between white bread. Who raised you?
That black on the outside and the pink on the inside, I mean, it's just a beautiful thing. To me, there's something about wanting to go back in time, wanting to experience the way that it was, and it hits your stomach and it hits your heart and it hits some emotional aspect that you maybe didn't even know that was there.
This has been When Can We Eat? A Jewish food show. What should we cover next? Tell us in the comments.